ABC, it's Greeno. Time for an update. Like I said in my Album of the Week video, I did a little digging yesterday. I was up in Pennsylvania visiting some family members, the wife's family, and kind of slipped away there and headed into Pittsburgh. Hit a couple shops, and I would say no mega grails or anything, but definitely some cool stuff. And definitely happy. And it was a good bit of it. If you've been watching my videos lately, I haven't been out really digging for a long time other than to hit a local record shop just occasionally. So it was good to get out of town and kind of chill out a little bit, out by myself, and just hitting wherever I wanted to go and for as long as I wanted to go. But I guess we'll go ahead and go through these. Like I said, I hit a couple different shops, like 3 total, and probably still kind of divided up the way they were, or where I got them from. And also, there's a couple other things in here real quick I'll show you at the beginning. But first, what I'm listening to now is American Noise. I think I found this at Jerry's, which got the new Jerry's t-shirt. Really happy about that. Been wanting to get one. I actually came across these guys on eBay. Somebody had it up for 79 cents. With like whatever $4 shipping, and I forgot to bid on it. I was going to grab this because I checked out a video and really kind of dug it, and I forgot to bid, and I'm like, ah, crap, and went to Jerry's, and there it was for $4, you know. So it actually ended up being a little bit cheaper. Came out in 1980 on Planet Records. I'm thinking these guys were from the Midwest, if I remember right. But cool kind of rock. Little, you know, that about as hard rock as say like Hagar or something like that. But digging it so far. Just dropped the needle on it. Alright, I did get 2 things in the mail. I'll show you those first. And I just watched Eli's video where he was showing some new stuff and the stuff he got from me. And I commented saying, yeah, glad everything got there, and thanks for contributing to the new Records for Greeno Fund. So Eli, what you bought kind of helped, or you did help buy these. So got the Orchid 10-inch Heretic. Really digging this band. They got a new album coming out soon. This came out in 2012. I got both these, this and the next album on Nuclear Blast website. And they had 3 different colors. It's limited to 666 pressing. I got the green. There's the sleeve. So I can't remember the other colors right off the top of my head. But this is definitely cool. I really dig Orchid. So thanks, Eli. It had 4 tracks on it. And I went there to kind of look for Orchid and ran across this. I had no idea this was out on vinyl. And I really dug this album, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Docking, Lightning Strikes Again. It's on, it's a double. It's a 3-side double. On white vinyl. So side 4 is just blank. It sounds great. Like I said, I really kind of dug this album. And this was limited to 200. I don't know if you can see that. It was only 200 press. This is number 112. So super happy to have this. But the weird thing is, check this out. I've never had an album like this, album cover. Look how much bigger it is. So I don't know, I wanted to figure out something to get it in a sleeve. It's like almost an inch longer than a regular album cover. So just weird. But happy to have that and the Orchid. Alright, into what I found yesterday. I grabbed this. I have a copy of this in pretty good shape. It's okay. This copy is like near mint, and I paid I bought this years ago on eBay back in the late 90s, I think. And yeah, I've been on eBay for a long time, since pretty much it started. But even back then, I think I paid like 20 or 25 bucks for this. But I found it for $5, so I grabbed a better copy. It's Texan Horseheads. And this was 80s, 1984. And the singer is Texcala Jones. Female. Pretty crazy stuff. Kind of like cowpunk, I guess you could call it. But really happy to grab that. Know nothing about this band. It's still sealed. It's the Long Blondes. Someone to drive you home. And I'm just starting to get into this pile, so I haven't listened to most of the stuff. Only a couple things. This has come out on Rough Trade. It's like 2008 or so. It was cheap, sealed. Thought I'd grab it. Any information, please share. Another blind buy. There's a bunch of blind buys in here. Finch, Glory of the Inner Force. This just looked kind of interesting. These all came from Jerry's. This was early 70s, I think. 75, mid 70s. Thinking it may be a little prog or something like that. Alright, I featured this band, another album by these guys, for an album of the week. I ran into another one, The Mob. I believe this was their first album. So, interested to check that out. I grabbed this real cheap, it's like $2. Trickster 12-inch for Line of Fire. And it's just in a mechanic sleeve, the label. That was kind of cool. Actually, didn't find a lot of metal. And I think Weavy Ray beat me to it. Just kidding. I was talking to him today with texting back and forth, and he was like, "Hey man, I had a friend at Jerry's yesterday. He's like talking to me on the phone, going through records, and he picked a bunch of stuff out for me." And I was like, "What time was he there?" He said 10 o'clock. I was like, "Man, I was there at like 3:30." So you got all the good metal. But that's cool. I'm glad. I hope you got some killer stuff. I can't wait to see your update, John. A couple metal things I did find was Uncle Sam, Letters from London. I've never heard this. So that ought to be pretty cool. And found Virgin Steel, Noble Savage. And this is on Cobra, which I believe is the Canadian pressing. It's a different cover. Somebody showed this not long ago in the VC. I can't remember who. Sorry, but excuse me. I thought I had it, and after seeing somebody show it, I went to pull it out, and I didn't have it. So I found a copy of Hughes Thrall. So kind of interested in checking this out. That was the year 82. And somebody showed this too, and that's why I picked it up. Which is Edward Bear. Blind buy. I think this was 70s. 73. Next is The Bones. I have another album by The Bones, and I kind of dug them. They're just kind of 70s rock. I'm thinking they might even have a touch of like country rock leanings. It's from 73, so I grabbed this. Gotta check it out. Next is Dream Patrol, Phoning the Czar. I have this on CD. I know nothing about this band, but I remember picking this CD up and really digging it. It's like just 80s, whatever you want to call it. It's not new wave or anything like that. Just that 80s sound. So found the vinyl real cheap. It's from '88, so I grabbed it. Pot Liquor, Levy Blues. Have another album by these guys, and actually I didn't know they had another album, or had this album. So just kind of blues rock, if I remember right, 70s. So try to give that a shot. Another totally 80s looking thing, The Breaks. I mean, come on, it was $3. Give it a shot. Besides, if it sucks, I just send it to LJ. Just kidding. Next is Painter. Another blind buy. I knew nothing about them. This is from '73. Still looking for that 70s stuff, so it's cheap. More stuff from Jerry's, The Dummies. I think this was on, Get Hip, which I like that label, but it's a Pennsylvania label, kind of like a garage punk kind of label. So, that came out in the mid-90s. Alright, that was everything from Jerry's. Another shop I went to, I found, this is my first vinyl by this band, King's X, Out of the Silent Planet. This thing's in like beautiful shape. The sleeve is really dirty, but had to grab that. It's on Megaforce Atlantic. Again, somebody showed this not long ago, and I think this is the same band that has the came out in '68 or '69, and it has a totally cheeseball. It has a supposed satanic mass on it. It's like 20 minutes long or something. It's just all whacked out. I think this is a later album, Coven. Can't remember who showed this, but out digging, and this popped up, and this is like mint, 1972. This one shop had like a ton of looked like completely unplayed mint perfect stuff. Probably like 3 big tubs of them. Somebody had traded in, so I grabbed a few things out of there. I grabbed this just because it's sealed. It's 90s, and I'll probably never listen to it, but I know it's got to be a little rare because it's 90s, and I haven't even looked. I don't know if it's worth anything or whatever. But it's Hootie and the Blowfish, Fairweather Johnson. What year was it? 96. And it's sealed mint, perfect. So I had to grab it. Another one of these old, really nice condition. Got a green Slade, Time and Tide. And just look at that cover. I mean, that's amazing. Or 70s, I believe. I found some Cynics, 12 Flights Up, also on Get Hip. Great band, great label. Kind of some metal, precious metal right here, right now. Just bubblegum metal, I guess. And this blew me away. I think this may be, I need to check the label and everything. It may be original. There's no barcode on it. I like this album, and I have a just beat to shit copy. And I've never been able to find a good copy to replace it with. But this is mint, still in the shrink. Grand Funk On Time, which I think is their first album. But it may be a later pressing, like from the late 70s or something. Like I say, I need to check But man, this thing is, it looks brand new. It is brand new, I think. And same deal with this. I actually have 2 copies of this, and both of them are trashed. And I picked them up for like $1 a piece or something. Hoping pick up the first one because it looked cool, and pick up the second one hoping it would be better than the first one, and it's really not. And this is still sealed. Soul Survivors. When the whistle blows, anything goes. When the whistle blows, anything goes with the Soul Survivors. And I think it's original. It's mono, sealed, and it has that, you know, the paste on kind of look to it. So this blew my mind. I was like, yeah, I gotta grab that. So that was it from that store. I went to the final store. Found this. Not a huge fan of this album, but for the price I picked it up. I figured it went for more. I haven't checked, and who knows, I might have paid what it cost brand new. But I figured it went for about double new, which is the AC/DC Black Ice. I found a used copy for $15 and like it's perfect shape. Again, the sleeve's dirty. But the vinyl looks unplayed basically. But I figured for $15 I'm not going to find it any cheaper than that. So that was a cool add to the AC/DC. This looks really cool. It's like something Glass Orchid Aftermath would definitely be into. Wouldn't surprise me if you don't have a copy of this. It's Burgers Volume 1, Classic 60s Sounds from the Steel Town. So it's all bands from the 60s from Pittsburgh. It's kind of set up, I don't even know what label it's on. I don't see a label. Could just been somebody put this thing together. But it's kind of set up like Norton or something like that. You know how they do these reissue old stuff. But this looks really cool, and I was talking to the guy at the shop, and he was telling me, he's like, man, that's a really good album, you're going to dig it. So I'm excited to check that out. I have no idea what this is, but it looks pretty crazy, and I think it's an old metal band. It's a reissue. It's Boss Tweed, Die You Bitch. And here you can see the band on the back. And this is actually on Stormbringer, which is a label out of Sweden. And they have the tracks on here from 84 and 82. And it was limited to 666, and this is number 449. But I have some other stuff on Stormbringer, so I knew it was a metal label, so that's why I picked this up. So hoping that's going to be cool. Next is Wastelander War Drive. Know nothing about these guys either. It was used, so I grabbed it. It's on Planet Metal. 2010. I'm guessing it's going to be thrash. Sorry, phone. So give that a shot. And this was, holy crap, I can't even remember. Blood Circus. There's like no writing other than Sub Pop on the back here. I remember these guys, you know, when Sub Pop was going pretty big. I had a CD from them. They were pretty cool. This looks really cool, and it says it's American Lost Punk Rock Nuggets, Volume 18. It's the Tokyo's killer cover, and says around 1978 was when this band was active. So I'm assuming it's recordings from them that have just been lost. So excited to check that out. This, as soon as I saw this, I got it on CD, and you know, grabbing it on vinyl's cool, and the first person I thought of was George, of course. The Yo-Yos, uppers and downers, sorry. So I actually thought George and Garner. Found this cheap. Yeah, it's that big block kind of rock. Next, this just looked cool. Mondo Topless Go Fast. It's another Get Hip release from 2002. And this was cheap and used, so I grabbed it. What do they call these guys? Atari Metal or something like that. Dragon Force Ultra Beatdown. Heard a little bit of these guys, not a lot, but it was cheap and it's metal, so I grabbed it. Check it out. And Blind Buy look kind of cool. The Voodoo Dolls, not for sale. This is on Stanton Park Records. Never heard this one. What year is it? 93. Okay. Alright, that's it. It was a big stack, so like I say, I'm just getting into these, and man, it was good to be out digging again. Trying to set something up next month for doing a little digging with George and maybe Weeby Ray and whoever around the Pennsylvania area. Trying to get LJ to come down, but he's busy, can't come down, so we all understand, LJ, you know. We'll just have to go without you, I guess. Just kidding. Anybody around the Pennsylvania area, man, it'd be great. Actually, I think there's a show in Lancaster, John was saying, on the 14th, so we might kind of meet up there. He said something about even Casey coming, man, that'd be great. So, alright, that's it for now. Guess, got some new subscribers. I want to thank everybody for subscribing and commenting and watching the videos. Alright, see everybody later.